We did mention not too many bad deliveries. Some good batting from Nepal. They've lost the early wicket. Be looking to consolidate for a bit while the new batter just gets a feel of things, and no doubt will continue playing their strokes. And Japan, on the other hand, will be looking to do exactly what they've done so far. Even though they've brought on a change from the Nagara end, I think the plans will still be the same. Keep it back of a length, let them play their strokes. And I think the line also, Sunil, will have to touch on. It's just around that off-stump, fourth stump line, which they're playing off. There's no slip in place for Tiwari.
This is where they've been so good at, Robert, constantly moving the field. And from Nepal's perspective, it's extremely important that Deepak Bohra, the opener, bats long. He looks so good and so comfortable. Made 19 in the 27 balls that he has faced and looked fairly in control. Shot on that occasion, quickly picking up the length. Hit the bat slightly higher than the middle, resulting in just a single. Deepak is a very, very important factor now, and I believe in this theory, Robert, that in the white ball, it's important that any team batting should have a set batter at least in one end, which means they should not be losing wickets too regularly or in a bunch.
Well, it's a tried and tested method, and in the slightly longer format, the 50, the ODI format, you definitely need that. Now, we touched on this a little earlier in the game. That's fortunate runs, inside edge, beats the keeper, running away to the boundary, will get there, and Akash Tripathi gets off the mark with a fortunate boundary. He won't mind.
Let's have a look at the replay. Seemed like an inside edge.
A tough chance there for the keeper. Not much he could have done about that. Again, in the 50 over format, Sunil, I think what people don't realize is you actually have a lot more time than you think. Yes, the overs go by, for especially as a spectator, but when you're out there in the middle as a player, as a batter, you have a lot more time. And if you look at it in terms of overs, it's not that much, but if you look at it in terms of deliveries, there's plenty of time. And yeah, firmly stand by that statement as well, that you need to hold up one end and things get better for you when you have a little bit of support from the other end. And that's what partnerships are all about, complementing each other.
Outside edge on that occasion for Akash Tripathi, picks up a single. End of the 9th over. Nepal are 38 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Well, living fortunately there is Akash Tripathi, and that's the player who's gone to get some medical attention. We'll have to wait and see. We'll get word and update regarding his condition as and when we can. We'll know if he needs to get stitches or not.
Ritvik Shivakumar, the Japanese fielder, earlier took a good catch in the outfield, but in the process managed to have hurt himself, his finger. And we hope that it's nothing serious for him as well as for Japan.
Kiefer to continue from the Golden Hope end. Sharp fielding.
One thing with this Japan team, Robert, is that they don't seem to be giving runs easily. They're making the batters work hard for their runs.
That's up and it's put down again. Is it the same fielder? Don't think it is. Well, 2 drop catches so far for Japan. This one, the more regulation. Actually, both of them were quite easy in terms of difficulty level. That one was straight into the hands of the first slip fielder. We'll take a look at that. Good bowling.
I think it was the captain, Koji Hargrave Abe, on that occasion. What a costly miss. Kiefer Yamamoto, the unlucky bowler on that occasion. It should have been taken.
Yep, I firmly concur. There's a quick single, chance for a run out. Again, Japan making things happen but not being able to finish things off in the field here. They're creating trouble for these Nepal batters. They're creating chances for themselves. You can see the first slip fielder still disappointed, but again, we'll touch on this. They'll have to get over it because the way these Nepal batters like to bat, they will keep giving you chances, and especially if you are bowling well.
Akash, the lucky batter on that occasion. It's never easy for a batter to refocus, so to say, after getting a chance, but I'm sure he has to leave that behind.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sunil, Akash has played 6 deliveries and he's edged 3 of them. The first one going to the boundary, the second one an outside edge, and now in this over, straight to slips and then out. This one's uppishly played off the top edge. One bounce into the signage there at the fine leg region.
Excellent shot that by Deepak Bora. Interesting to see in the replay if he did give it a charge. Looking good today and very important for, yes, he did. Giving in the charge. Mind you, there's a deep square leg as well along with the fine leg, but was in total control on that occasion.
Well, we did say that these two batters will continue to play their game. That's beautifully flicked, but in straight to the mid wicket.
And what Akash Tripathi is doing or has to do is keep nudging and rotate the strike and give it to Deepak. Deepak seems to be in very, very good touch today. That's the end of the 10th over. Nepal 43 for the loss of 1 wicket. This has been a steady start. We've seen some disciplined bowling from Japan. 10 overs gone and the umpire signaling the second power play. Nepal have done well in terms of putting in a very, very steady start. They have a long batting order and will want to have the foundation.
Yep. I think you're right. Of the two sides, I think Nepal will be the happier one because they've faced 10 overs, scores 43 for the loss of 1 wicket. Could have easily been 43 for 3, courtesy of a couple of drop chances from Japan and I'd say a half run out chance at the non-striker's end. So Japan will look to pick up a couple more wickets here, whereas Nepal, I think, are quite happy being a little cautious in the early stages of this semi-final. I think they'll look, because we know the Nepal batters are quite capable of accelerating as and when they desire. But for now, they'll want to get themselves into a good position, get firm command of this game. And I think there's got to be a partnership here. If they are to do that, that's watchfully played right on top of that one. Can Japan continue to persist and stay disciplined? They are creating chances.
They have been very impressive. A strong offside field. They have created a ring on the offside with a fine point. 2 covers, so to say, and an extra covers and a mid-off, and so far have been very disciplined in their line, not giving anything away. Delightfully driven again, but straight to the fielder. They have been made to work hard, these Nepali batters today. Deepak Bora, the opener, has looked very good so far. Batting on 24 of just 32 deliveries. Shot well picked up. The Nepali batters have been very severe on anything short today, Robert.
Yeah, they have not backed out even once against the short pitch. They've taken it on, although it was the short pitch delivery that got the wicket for Japan. I like this. I like what I'm seeing from these Nepal batters. They are not afraid. They're taking the short ball on. And I think the field placement as well from Japan has been very good. They know exactly what they're doing. And what I do like about the short ball being used, Sunil, is that it's not being abused. It's being used smartly against these batters. That one's cut away. Well, perfect execution of the square cut there.
Races away to the boundary the moment it left the bat. Deepak again on that occasion. He has looked very, very good, freeing his arms. Just a little bit of width offered. So quick to latch onto it. Dispatches it to another boundary.
Change of gloves there for the batter. And the end of the 11th over. Nepal under 19. I think just brought up their 50 with that boundary. Sorry, 48 for 1.
So the Nepali dugout earlier should be happy with the start, especially having been asked to bat. Lots of overnight rains here. Meanwhile, seems like another change in bowling for Japan. Nikhil Paul being brought into the attack. It's a very, very good left-handed opening batter is Nikhil. Now he has a job to do for his team with the ball today.
Well, I think anybody that comes into the attack, they've got a job to do, because this is the semi-finals of the ACC Men's Under-19 Premier Cup. And Japan chose to bowl first here. And I think they've been, to an extent, quite unlucky not to have a couple more wickets against Nepal. And Nepal, we're accustomed to expecting good batting from them and explosive batting. They've been kept relatively quiet by this good Japan attack. We'll have to wait and see, can Japan continue to apply that pressure? Quick single taken.
Very well made single on that occasion by Deepak. Set off as soon as he played the ball, and he knew played it with soft hands. This is good batting, because not only is he getting the boundaries, he's also rotating the strike, mixing up and picking up those singles.
Well, the 50 comes up for Nepal, although in considerably slow time given the way they bat. But I think they won't mind that too much, because they know what's at stake here. It's a spot in the finals, and they'll want to get there. So, yes, it's not as exciting of a start as we're normally used to, but I think they have got a plan in place, and they are doing it well, these two batters. They'll want to see out, they'll want to still be there around the 20th over for now. In terms of short-term targets, you always bat. How about you, Sunil? Do you talk about those things in terms of short-term targets and long-term? Like, do you go 5 overs, 10 overs?
I would do runs as a batter. So if I'm batting with you, Robert, and the score reads 21, I would say, hey, Robert, let's bat to 30. I would look to bat near the next 10th digit. So if the score is reading 63, for example, I would tell you, let's bat to 70.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. And given the composure that we're seeing from these two batters, they're not in any real hurry here, because they know they've got a lot of time. and they can capitalize if they've got wickets in hand towards the latter end of this innings. So that is the end of the 12th over. 50 coming up for Nepal in that over for the loss of just the 1 wicket.
Has been a steady start here by Nepal, and they should be happy about it in a way, because having us to bat first, a little bit of a heavy outfield because of the overnight rains, they'll be extremely happy that they've lost just 1 wicket. But Japan on the other end have certainly wanted a couple more.
Well, they could have had a couple more had they held on to their chances. Well, there's no point thinking about that now. They'll have to move on. I think it's Arav Tiwari. It's continuing from the Nagara end. He's like you mentioned, a tall lad, hitting that hard length.
And I think your point of the Japanese bowlers consciously keeping the length slightly short has worked well. At least they have curtailed the stroke playing Nepali batters to some extent. And pitched up, and you could straight away see Deepak's intent to go for it.
Kazumo Kato stubborn, looking at his hands. He was trying to throw the ball back to the non-striker's end. We're not sure what's happened. Maybe too much peanut butter for breakfast.
4 bowlers used by Japan so far. We also know they have a very good left-arm spinner. Waiting to see again, pitched up. What a good shot that is. Almost carrying 1 bounce into the fence. Deepak has been very, very good so far. Latching onto that one in a jiffy. And anything pitched up is going for runs, Robert.
Yeah, he's very clinical in his approach, and he's studying the bowler as well. He knows, you can see him shimmy down the track there. He knows which one. He just faced a nice short ball from Arav. So he knows the bowlers. He's reading the bowlers quite well, and he's done that a couple of times. This one, I think, was better timed because it was almost a 6. Just think about 5-10 yards off the boundary. Oh, can he come back? What's his response going to be? Arav Tiwari comes back with a good delivery. Watchfully played.
Deepak Bohra has been so impressive. We get the feeling like he's batting on a different pitch.
Well, I think he's setting himself up for a big one here. And given the way what we're seeing, he's not in a hurry. He's very certain and he's very decisive in his shot selection. We haven't seen one where he's a bit unsure. It's been all good stroke play. This one again down the legs. Well, too far down the legs. Good attempt from the wicketkeeper.
Tough take that for the keeper. Drifting away even after leaving the batter on that occasion. Arav Tiwari not getting his line right. And as you said the right word, Robert, decisiveness. Because for a batter, you got to be sure-footed. The biggest enemy for a batter, especially early on in the innings, is tentativeness.
Yep, and every time he's come out of the crease, he's very clear, very composed, and his head, this is the thing that I want to mention, his head is very stable, it's not wobbly, and so he's able to make adjustments. There was one from the other end where he came down and the bowler pitched it in short. He was able to counter and just move it, and he picked up a boundary on that instance as well, and it was well placed. We had a fine leg and a square leg. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. And so making adjustments becomes all that more easier for him. And you're right, that's the reason. He looks like he's playing in a different postcode. A good single picked up here. A fielder just on his heels there on the 30-yard. Could have been a bit more attacking.
Again, good running from Akash Tripathi. Setting off for the run as soon as he hit that one. This is good batting by Nepal. Not only picking up the 4s, more importantly, rotating the strike, keeping the scoreboard ticking. Cut away nicely, but straight to the fielder on that occasion. End of the 13th over. Nepal cruising along nicely at 58 for the loss of 1 wicket. Waiting for spin to be introduced, Robert. I think we've seen a lot of overs from the pacers, and taking the pace off would definitely be a good strategy. What do you reckon?
Well, I think it's sort of a bit of a gamble here, especially against these Nepal batters. We'll take a look at the bowling figures up till now. All fast bowlers used up until this point. Well, we've got 13 overs of pace, and it looks like we're continuing with pace from the Golden Hope end. But I think you're right. We do need to see a change. Pace off. As much of a gamble as it is, you've got to do it.
Another excellent single. This is good running between the wickets, between Akash and Deepak, setting off to that run, playing with soft hands. It's a sensible cricket, this. So far, Kiefer Yamamoto, the successful bowler for Japan, picking up the all-important wicket of Arjun Kumar. Definitely be needing a few more here, Japan. Another pitch step delivery, and what a delightful drive that is.
Oh, that went racing off the bat. I think it was burning the grass as it was traveling to the boundary. Wow, what a wonderful shot that was. Well, if you're a coach, you would be very, very happy with that shot. Full face of the bat presented. Nothing but timing on that instance from Deepak Bora.
He has been so good in putting away the deliveries pitched up to him. His top class batting.
Inside edge there. Change of pace, I think it was, from Nicol Paul. Oh, you're right. We did say at the start of this innings, the Japanese bowlers were hitting the back of a length, and they were not giving too many full deliveries. We did see, I think it was in the 4th over when the bowler tried to go slightly fuller. The Nepal batters put that away. And this one's hit uppish. It's going to clear. It does. That's the first 6 of the Nepal innings coming off the bat of Deepak Bora.
Another terrific strike this from Deepak Bora. Let's watch the replay. Just saying, he's been very severe on anything pitched up. This time giving the charge, hoisting it over, long off for a huge 6. He has been very, very impressive, Robert. Watching out for the good ones and lashing out at anything that has been slightly pitched up to him.
Well, yeah, the Japanese bowlers have a very small margin for error. Anything full, anything short is being severely dealt with, especially by that man Deepak Bora. It looks like we're going to have an inspection of the ball, and it might be changed.
Yeah, both the umpires consulting, and with the new rules in 50 over games, we have 2 new balls, 1 at each end.
Yeah, no doubt the damage to the ball coming off the bat of Deepak Bora. He's been fantastic up until now. He's batting unbeaten on 43 of 43. You can see he's caught up with his strike rate. It was a bit of a subdued start from both the openers, but Deepak Bora starting to unleash.
I think he has paced his innings beautifully here, being watchful and cautious early on, rightly so, because Nepal were asked to bat this morning after Japan won the toss. Was a bit of overnight rain. The outfield slightly on the heavier side to begin with, but these are fabulous conditions now. Nice and bright and sunny. Players having a quick drink as the umpires have changed the ball, I suppose.
Well, there we go. The batting card so far. Arjun Kumar, the one batter that's been dismissed by Japan. started off well with Deepak Bora. He was out there. Arjun Kumar was out there for 23 deliveries, scoring 10 runs. That was when the Japanese pacers were hitting that back of a length on a consistent basis, not giving away too many freebies. Now, however, the ball's gotten older. There's not much swing. The sun's come out. The pitch is dried up. And Deepak Bora is batting phenomenally well here.
He's looking all set for a big one. And mind you, that's a very, very strong batting lineup. We saw the batting card of Nepal earlier. This time picking the square boundary, punched off the back foot. Another glorious 4 runs. He has been so good today.
Well, this shot is worth another watch. It's not that bad of a delivery. It was around the 4th, 5th stump line, back of a length. Well, his head was in exquisite position, and all he had to do was just get his hands through the ball and place it to perfection, which he did. Well, this is a good shot. This is a sign of a good batter.
Deepak looking dangerous. Nudges away nicely. Another comfortable single. Again, this is sensible batting and cricket from Nepal. They're not only putting the bad balls away for the boundaries, these two have been constantly rotating the strike very well. That's the end of the 14th over. 14 overs gone. Nepal are cruising along nicely at 74 for the loss of just 1 wicket.
Well, while we had that small interruption and had the change of balls, I think Japan have accepted your advice of bringing spin on. And the keeper got his helmet out there, and as a result, from the Nagara end, the first display of spin.
Yes, Charlie Hinze it is. Had a very, very good outing and spell yesterday versus Hong Kong, China. Little bit of a flatter type of a spinner, doesn't give it too much air, but showcased tremendous control yesterday, Robert. Very, very steady bowling, keeping it on and around the off thumb. This will be an interesting contest.
Yeah, just to refer the spell you're talking about, Charlie Hinze bowled 6.1 overs, 1 maiden, giving away 18 runs, but picking up 2 wickets and an economy rate of 2.92. So he can keep things tight, but he's up against Deepak Bora, who's in quite scintillating form at the moment. He's started off slow, but he's capitalized on anything full, anything short, and he's been very good in dealing with deliveries that are targeting the stumps and just back of a length. He's shown the patience and the composure required for the 50 over format. But now that he's had a look, I think he's going to be exploring the boundaries here at the Biomass Oval. Well, bear in mind, Akash Tirupati, who's been playing second fiddle in this partnership, has been supporting Deepak quite well. He's gotten off the mark and kept the scoreboard ticking along quite well for Nepal.
What has been impressive so far about Deepak is he's been scoring boundaries both off the front foot and the back foot. Nutsed away nicely again, totally in control of that one. The more time he spends at the crease, he's looking better and better, and that's the half century for Deepak Bora. What a good innings this has been so far. Crucial game this, the semi-finals won. After having put into bat, he has given his team a solid start, Robert.
Yes, for sure. Well, Nepal will be hoping that he can bat as long as he possibly can. Another quick singles picked up there. He's got to his 50. Mind you, a lot of his scoring shots came in the last 4 overs at the start of play. At the start of this innings, Japan kept both the openers fairly quiet. And in the last 4 overs, 4 or 5 overs that Deepak Bora has played, he's just decided, okay, I've gotten the measure of this wicket. I know what it's doing. And the ball has gotten slightly older, not much swing.
That's the end of Charlie's over. The left arm spinner being introduced. 15 overs gone. Nepal 78 for the loss of 1 wicket.
You were right, Charlie Hinze. A good first over from him. He was pretty spot on with his lines and length. And we have a double change coming in now from the Golden Hope end.
Shotaro Hiratsuka, the new bowler being introduced. The right arm off spinner. We are only in the 16th over, and this is already the 6th bowling option introduced by Japan, Robert.
Well, I think the reason for that is Japan had won the toss and they chose to bowl first. There's no point holding anything back now. They do need wickets if they are to keep this Nepal batting lineup in check. The fast bowlers started off well, but the batters, once the ball stopped doing what it was doing in that first hour, they've decided to cash in. And the story of the morning has been that man Deepak Bora.
Once again, nudged away nicely, looking for the second run. This is good running between the wickets, playing it with soft hands, and was looking for the second. Soon after playing that, Akash on that occasion, he has been picking up the gaps nicely so far.
Well, I'll tell you what was good about that 2 runs. It was actually achieved quite comfortably, and that's a fabulous shot straight down the ground, going into the side screen there. Well,
straight as an arrow. What a good shot that is. Watch the replay here. Beautifully picked up, and mind you, it was just from the crease. He did not even step down on that occasion. Timing return all over it. Glorious 6. That for Akash.
Well, definitely now Akash joining the party, picking up his first maximum here today. Well, the spinners will have to be very, very accurate with their lengths. Anything full, anything short is going to disappear.
I think Japan will be worried at this stage of the game, Robert. With the way these 2 batters are going about it, I think we are in for a huge chase.
Yeah, the only thing that can spoil the party for Nepal at this point is wickets. And Japan, apart from the 2 drop chances, I'd have to say, haven't looked like picking up a wicket. Well, that is also mainly due to some really good batting here from these 2 Nepal batters, Akash Tripathi and Deepak Bora.
They are stitching a really nice partnership for Nepal. Shotaro ends his first over, an expensive one. 16 overs gone. Nepal are 88 for the loss of just 1 wicket. The current partnership, 56 between these 2, and has come in really quick time in just 47 deliveries. And Robert, that also indicates that the pitch is getting better and better.
Yes, it is, and that's the case here at the Biomass Oval. It does get better as the day continues. Hinze to continue from the Nagara end. Bowled a good first over.
Oh. Again, such a steady start. This has been, Hinze has been very impressive with his control. What Japan would like, especially before the drinks break, is another wicket, Robert.
Yes, for certain. I think Japan, they don't have too many options. They have to go for wickets. And just seeing how these 2 batters have approached playing spin, they haven't done anything outrageously absurd. They've played good cricketing shots. When the spinners have erred in length, they've taken them over the boundary. Not as much spin on offer here today. I think there will be a little bit more spin available later on in the day, but at the moment, the ball not spinning as much. And you did mention the two new balls from either end, meaning the balls are still nice and hard, hasn't been scuffed up. I do think we'll see spin more and more, but the way these two batters have approached spin has been fantastic. They've not looked to do anything different. They played proper cricketing shots, picking up the singles, kept the strike rotating. However, Hinze has found his length. He's bowling of a very, very good length, and he's not straying away from that length. And he's trying to apply the variations. But these two batters are batting exceptionally well.
Say that for the past half an hour or so, these batters have been in total control of the situation. And what I have liked in their batting is they're running between the wickets, Robert. Yes, they are stroke makers. They are getting the boundaries and sixers, but they are rotating the strike nicely out there.
Yep. And with the end of that over, 17 overs have been completed here. Nepal under 19, 90 for 1. And drinks are on the field. Well, folks, don't go anywhere. Do join us back shortly.
Welcome back after the first drinks break of this Nepal innings. They are off to a solid start. 17 overs gone so far. 91 for the loss of just 1 wicket. There is a change in the comm box. I'm being accompanied now by Shahidur. Welcome, Shahidur.
Hi, thank you so much, Sunil. A wonderful outing here. Very important game for Japan and Nepal. And Nepal are off to a flyer. 17 overs and they have scored 91 for the loss of 1 wicket.
It's Been a solid start, sir, and some very good batting by Nepal so far. Meanwhile, Shotaro Hiratsuka, the off spinner, continues his second over for Japan. It's important for batters to reset after a break or an interval, Shahidul.
Yes, absolutely. And for Nepal, Deepak Bora, he has been batting exceptionally well. He's maintaining a very good strike rate. That's driven down the ground once again. Beautiful shot for another boundary. Like I said, Deepak Bora, he has been batting exceptionally well.
Let's watch the replay here. Stepping down and straight as an arrow. That races away to the boundary. It's really good batting. And Deepak looking to cut loose here.
Yeah, that was very good timing from Deepak. He's not afraid to come down the ground.
They have been particularly severe on the off spinner. Just into his second over and has already conceded 14 runs. Under a bit of a pressure here. Hiratsuka. This time straight to the long on fielder. Put down once again. Catches win matches, Shahidur.
Absolutely, this is the third drop catch and it might be very costly for Japan. That went straight into the hands and he dropped it.
Nikhil Paul, the fielder on that occasion, watched the replay. Straight in and straight out.
Yeah, Japan has been very good throughout this tournament with their catching. But today probably the pressure is getting hold of them. They have not been able to capitalize on the chances created. The bowlers have done some very good job creating those chances. But the fielders have let them down.
That's the third drop chance of the morning. And you can't afford to give it to these quality Nepali batters. They're going to punish you. Nicely punched on the back foot on that occasion.
Shotaro here for Japan has been very expensive throughout the tournament. Even against Malaysia in the first game, where it was a very low scoring game, he went over 6 runs per over. And he has been expensive today as well.
That brings the 100 for Nepal. 18 overs gone. They are 100 for the loss of 1 wicket still. See some spectators enjoying the cricket today. Fantastic day out for cricket. Shahidur.
Yeah, it's an amazing day for cricket and a very important game for both the sides. And Charlie is back into the attack.
Charlie Hindze, what a good bowler he has been for Japan. Very, very consistent left arm spinner. Super impressive control, but Japan will need wickets from him.
That's lofted. That's going for a huge 6. What a shot from Deepak Bora once again.
That's an unbelievable shot. Let's watch the replay. Flighted up, not even stepping down and hoisting it over. Mind you, they just had a mid-off. He timed it to perfection and went a long way. Deepak Bora is growing in confidence here at the Bahamas Oval.
Yeah, he moves on to his 70s. He will be eyeing to score that century today. A big player getting runs in the big occasion for Nepal.
What's been impressive again is the fact that he's scoring both off the front foot and back foot fluently. This is exquisite batting from Deepak Bora.
Yeah, his footwork has been very impressive. Not afraid to come down the ground. He's giving those bowlers that shimmy down the ground just to unsettle them. and scoring some very good runs for the team. Like at the toss, the captain was talking to me. He said that they are eyeing at 280 to 300 runs today, and it looks like that's pretty much on the card.
Delightfully driven again. Good fielding effort in the deep, but a comfortable 2 for Deepak Bora. He has been timing them exquisitely. Watch that fielding effort on the occasion. Saved a certain boundary, keeping it to 2 runs for Japan.
Yes, Japan has been very good with their ground fielding. What let them down is their catching. They dropped 3 important catches, and which is costing them a lot of runs.
19 overs gone. Nepal are 110 for the loss of just 1 wicket, and we see the Japanese substitute fielder out in the boundary helping his teammate, and I think more importantly was passing on some strategy or information.
Yes, I believe Japan, they need to restructure the bowling and try to do something to get a wicket down. These 2 batters are looking very comfortable out there in the middle. Has been a very good partnership as well.
Shotaro Hiratsuka, the off-spinner, continuing his spell. Expensive so far, but Japan will definitely want to break this partnership, which is looking so good for Nepal.
And we can see some clouds coming in, slightly overcast. We're expecting some rain later on in the afternoon. The good thing is we have a reserve day tomorrow, just in case it rains too long. Thought delivery.
But Nepal, the way they are going now, Shaidur, I'm sure would want to have a full game today.
Of course, they're in the rhythm. They would like to bat throughout their 50 overs. Hopefully it doesn't rain today.
This has been a much better over so far by Hiratsuka, the off-spinner. He's having an economy rate of 7.5. Searching for that second Nepali wicket. The Japanese bowler Akash and Deepak growing in confidence, and what a good start this has been for Nepal. They're cruising along nicely.
Yes, that's very good batting start from Nepal. It's played on the onside. Slight confusion between the batters. Rightly sent back. Another dot ball to end the over. After 20 overs, Nepal are 110 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Once again, we saw a substitute fielder for Japan out in the boundary line, passing on a message. And one thing from this Japanese team is that they constantly change their strategies, change their field, are looking to do something different and make things happen. And what a tournament they've had so far, Shaidur.
Absolutely. The captain, Koji Hartgrave, he's not afraid to take those bold decisions. He has been very good with the changes in bowling. Unfortunately, today Nepal have outplayed them so far because Nepal has been batting exceptionally well. So today probably Japan has to think out of the box and get something out of this Nepal batting side.
Definitely need some wickets, and we see a bowling change. Kazuma, left arm pacer being introduced, nudged away nicely, square of the wicket. The Nepali batters are simply growing in stature and confidence at the Bahima's Oval, looking all set for a really big score.
Yes, I believe it's a very good time for Kazuma to come back into the attack. Kazuma and Kiefer, they are the bowlers who Japan have really relied on. They have been bringing those important wickets all throughout this series so far.
They need a breakthrough here and they need it now. Again, nicely done. Akash Tripathi has been so good rotating the strike from the time he has come into the crease. With Deepak Bohra in such good form and touch at the other end, he's doing the right thing by nudging it around and comfortably giving the strike back to Deepak. They have complemented each other really well, Shahidul.
Absolutely. Deepak has been outstanding with his stroke play, and Akash Tripathi, he have been supporting Deepak in the right way as well, taking singles, not giving away any dot balls. That great running once again. Another quick single taken.
That went almost straight to the fielder, and these two have such a good understanding, racing away straight away, and in the end, didn't look so much of a risky single, that one. Excellent running between the wickets by Akash and Deepak. We see the Japan coach slightly outside the boundary and trying to make some observation. This Japan team have had a fabulous tournament so far. This time, way too far on the leg side. Kazuma erroring in his line. They are staring at a huge target now.
Yeah, the running between the wickets have been exceptional from Nepal. Very good understanding between the batters. I believe this set of Nepal players have been playing together for a long time now. So they have a very good combination, very good understanding and chemistry going into the team. And that's very evident on the field.
They are looking a formidable team and definitely one of the favorites coming into this tournament, Shahidul.
Absolutely. Nepal have really grown, they have evolved as this cricketing nation. The men's side, women's side, all of them have been doing exceptionally well in recent days. And the love of the fan that they receive is also commendable.
The Nepali fans have been outstanding, backing all of their teams. Nicely nudged once again. This has been an hallmark of Akash Tripathi's batting today. So nicely rotating the strike, picking up the gaps both on the offside and onside, and most importantly, giving a lot of strike to Deepak, who is looking all set for a big one. 73 already of just 66 deliveries.
Absolutely. And what's good about Nepal is they have maintained a very good run rate as well. They have not allowed the Japanese bowlers. What a shot! That's driven. Another boundary for Deepak Bohra. That's driven straight in between mid-off and cover.
What's the replay on that occasion? Once again giving it a charge, and how good he has been on anything pit stop. Another fabulous four for Deepak Bohra. See the Nepal scorecard on that occasion. Deepak Bohra, 77 of just 67 deliveries. Arjun Kumar, the dismissed batter. Kiefer Yamamoto giving in the much needed breakthrough for Japan. And Akash Tripathi has given good company for Deepak. Nepal have gone to a solid start here. 119 for one. Just 21 overs so far. Here at Suka, the off spinner continuing.
Another quick single taken. Very good running between the wickets.
As Shahidur was mentioning earlier, we see a bit of a cloud cover around the venue. We are at the fabulous Baymas Oval in Malaysia. delightfully driven again. He is making it look so easy. Deepak Bohra.
He has made batting look so simple today, scoring those runs. Pretty effortless in the crease. Another single down the ground. That's sensible batting from Akash Tripathi as well. He has not given any dot ball away. He's just rotating the strike, doing the right thing, bringing back Deepak on strike. That's the sensible thing to do.
He has been very good rotating the strike with Akash today. Elegant batter. Gives the charge. This time straight to the long on fielder. Deepak Bohra is in a very, very attacking mood. And rightly so. Middling everything so well, Shahidul.
Absolutely. So far, everything, almost everything have came from the middle of his bat. He has not struggled at all. That's a lofted shot. Running away towards the boundary, and that's a misfield. He was lucky that the ball has stopped just in front of the boundary.
This time it's Akash Tripathi. Let's watch the replay. Taking the aerial route. Another beautiful shot on the offside. That should have been stopped by the fielder. What was interesting? Did it touch the boundary?
Looked like it did. Nevertheless, a dot ball, a rare dot ball. That ends the over. After 22 overs, Nepal are 125 for 1.
Both these batters growing in stature and confidence. They've been very severe on anything that pitched up. There we have some fans enjoying the cricket action. Mostly been parents and relatives of the players, I guess.
It's getting slightly darker in here. I can see the ground staff getting ready with the covers. We might be expecting a drizzle later.
They are so good at it. They know exactly when it will start to rain and are more often than not prepared in advance. We see all of them being mobilized near the covers, Shahidur. That says something.
Absolutely, they know the ground and they know the conditions well. And that's edge. And that's a wicket.
What a breakthrough this for Japan. Coming back, Kazumo. Good ball first up. Coming up with the short delivery and picking up the all-important wicket of Deepak Bohra, was it?
Yes, it was Deepak Bohra. He tried to went hard at that delivery.
Watch the replay out there. Terrific delivery, short and fast, surprising the batter on that occasion. But mind you, he was not happy with that decision, Shahidul.
Yeah, he looked unhappy about the decision. Nevertheless, he departs for an excellent innings. Deepak Bohra, he scored 79 runs of just 70 deliveries, scoring 10 boundaries and 2 huge sixes.
Excellent innings coming to an end. Unfortunately, not going on to get a century. Would have been a well-deserved one. Deepak Bohra walking back to that pavilion. The new batter in for Nepal. Another formidable one, and their captain, Dev Kanal. This is going to be an interesting passage of play with a bit of a cloud cover. Japan getting their much needed breakthrough.
And the impressive captain Dev Kanal, he walks into bat. very devastating batter. He has the highest strike rate in this tournament so far. He has scored 132 runs of just 89 deliveries so far, averaging 66, and with a strike rate of 148. That's very impressive stats.
Yeah, he is one of the mainstay in this strong Nepali batting attack. What a good effort this has been by Kazuma. He's running in hard, giving it everything. They picked up a very, very big wicket of Deepak Bohra.
That was a very important wicket for Japan.
Beats the outside edge. How close was that? It's an excellent delivery for a new batter. Typical left armer's delivery. Watch it, left arm over the wickets, angling it away. Ooh. Missing the inside edge by a whisker.
That was a very good delivery from Kazuma. Good comeback from him.
Giving the charge straight away on that occasion. We testing to see the umpire's signal. No signal done, so Dev Kanhal is off the mark with that single. Kazuma, what a good second spell this has been from the left arm pacer. See the fans enjoying cricket out here. First of the semi-finals in the ACC Men's U-19 Premier Cup 2023 being played in Malaysia. What a good contest we are seeing already here at the Bahamas Oval.
That's played with soft hands on the onside. Another single taken. Sensible batting from Akash Tripathi.
Akash Tripathi has been very impressive, rotating the strike, picking up the gaps both on the offside and onside with considerable ease. It's important from Nepal's perspective that he continues to build a partnership. We were discussing earlier, it's important in white ball cricket to have a set batter at least in one end.
Another short delivery, well played by the captain, Dev Kanhal.
Tall batter, Dev, getting on top of it and steering it away to the third man.
And talking about Akash Tripathi, he has been playing very well for Nepal as well. He caught a 50 earlier in the games and averaging 46 runs so far.
He scored a very good half century versus Hong Kong. Sorry, Saudi that was.
And a change of pace from Kazuma. That was a slow delivery. Guided away on the offside for a single.
End of a successful over. A much needed breakthrough for Japan. 23 overs gone. Nepal are 130 for the loss of 2 wickets.